are the MVPs.
Welcome back to the MVPs Lounge. I'm your host, The King, and we are here to discuss the transgressions, the sins of one man known as The Game, Triple H.
We fucking hate Triple H!
Alright, we invited him in here into the MVPs Lounge so we can discuss all these problems. Man, I don't know if y'all know this, but there's hella problems going on with this man Triple H. Okay, there's oh my lord, the list goes on and on. Okay, I was one of the people on the bandwagon for Triple H, hoping that he would bring a whole new type of vibe, that same black and gold NXT vibe, to both Raw and SmackDown. Now, when we started last year, people were like, "Hey, give it." Not last year, 2 years ago. People were like, "Hey, give it a chance, give him some time," all these things and above. Okay, and we gave it time. We've given it plenty of time, and nothing's been fixed. Nothing. Let's get to this list of the problems with Mr. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Mr. Paul Levesque. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Starting with the first thing on the agenda. That is these bastards right here. See them? I wonder who the hell are these niggas? That's Def Rebel. Yeah, the same niggas is making all that trash music that we could constantly have to hear day in and day out with no repercussions for these bastards. That's them right there. Def Rebel. The music is part of the character. Your music is part of your essence. The moment the glass shatters, you know it's Stone Cold. The moment you hear "If You Smell," you know it's The Rock. All right, there's the nuances and things that these songs, these musics that do to you, that when the entrance happens, that's how somebody can literally build their aura. It's through their music. Like it's like once you hear Sierra, Hotel India, Echo Lima, Delta Shield, like once you hear that, like you are like it's imprinted in you. Like it's like, all right, Shield's pulling up. Def Rebel has made as much good songs as you can count fingers on your hand, and most of that is like, let's see. Let me name some good ones. I'll name some good ones for you. Tribal Chief Roman, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Jey Uso, I guess. Asuka's the new version is kind of catchy, you know. I like the original one, but the second one ain't bad. Like it's a good one. That's about it. I mean, yeah. Oh, bro, how could I forget? Not gonna forget the main important one. My guy, my tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? Like once you hear that, like I'm like, oh yeah, that's my guy. But besides that, man, it's been just trash after trash after trash after trash. Like, bro, we need the CFOs back. We need Jim Johnston back. We need anybody else but Def Rebel. Triple H this past week has been going on a whole release train, releasing wrestlers. Some of them very worthy of releases, you know, weren't really gonna go anywhere, weren't doing much. The other ones that didn't deserve those releases, like, you know, AOP, the Good Brothers, Baron Corbin. These people that could have been booked and used. Hijack. I'm just adding more because, you know, I got to continue adding more to this. The people that could have been used and you got released. Hey, you know what? Wish you well in your future endeavors. Triple H wasn't booking you. Hey, power to you. But if you're going to start releasing anybody, these were the first dudes you should have released. Right here. First ones. All right. fact that these niggas still exist in your building is a travesty. All right, that's problem number one with you. Problem number two goes hand in hand. Let's not forget about some bad booking decisions by this man. Goon, we're not gonna forget about what happened. What he did to Goon. Goon gets killy rolled up by Cody, and then for some reason the man was going on a downward spiral. He was out here acting like a baby face, a smidget. Then he was out here down himself. He like it was the weirdest. It was the weirdest few months that was booking decisions for this man. Like, I don't know what you were doing with Goon. I don't know why you were doing it, because it served no purpose, to be honest with you. This was nasty. This was a nasty time. Okay? Real nasty. Never again we have to deal with something like that. Then that leads me into my other guys. Wyatt Six. Wyatt Six, as we all know, okay, was created off the essence of Bray Wyatt. Bo Dallas wanted to keep his brother's dream and ideas and story alive. The problem is that even when Bray was here and he was working with Vince, the idea started out well, and then it veered off into some trashness, into some mid. It wasn't going anywhere. It was just like, it's like, and I get it. They talked about it during Bray's documentary that sometimes when Bray comes with an idea, he's still thinking of more things, and it was kind of hard to like get your ideas across to work with everything with him. And again, perfectly understandable. But in this case, Bray is not here. This is not Bo. I don't know how understandable Bo is on certain ideas or anything like that. But again, it started out very well. The aesthetic of everything, the people being murdered stage, everybody looking lit. Like, it was a cool thing to start out with. Then you throw him in the feud with Chad Gable. Okay, cool. Hey, say less. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let's do something about that. We get to show the tag team ability of Eric Rowan and Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, and that's going hand in hand with each other, and they get to have their 6-man tag match with them. And you know what I'm saying, Bo's doing the Abigail. His dreads were looking nuts. He need to get that fixed. But besides that, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it was good. But then after that, it was like nothing. It was like Gable was just back doing the same thing he was doing when the Wyatts were targeting him. Like, still doing the same exact thing. And then you end up putting them against Karrion Kross and AOP in them and The Miz, and it's like that didn't go anywhere either. Now, as we know, anytime anybody faces Karrion Kross, they end up turning heel and succumbing to their dark side and all that. So I'm hoping with them now being on SmackDown that eventually you get the dark side of the Wyatt Six, because they again came in contact with Karrion Kross, the devil we know. Hey, check out that video, by the way. And maybe that goes somewhere with that. I mean, I don't know. Triple H's booking, as I said, has not been making sense. So Wyatt Six, one of the examples of that. Next up, let's talk about another guy, AJ Styles. Now, as we know, AJ Styles did get hurt on his return match with Carmelo Hayes, but he just returned back in the Rumble. Now, he got his theme song back. Shouts out to the CFOs. Def Rebel's theme song was not it. Okay. But AJ Styles comes back, and AJ is big as the guys you saw that had that whole 4-man square off. John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Like, AJ has been in this company. I don't know if you know this. He's been in this company for almost 10 years now. Almost longer than his reign. No, probably even longer than his stuff in TNA. Like, the guy is a legend. The man's a future Hall of Famer. And this isn't me saying he's old. This is me saying he's got all the tools still there. The man is a star. Now, has they been treating him like a star? I mean, he came back diesel as hell. They tried doing something there, but look what they did with him and Cody. Like, you had the potential to get the belt back on him and do something there for that time being with his feud with Cody, but that feud with Cody didn't even matter. Like, It's stuff like that where it's like you're not giving depth to anything. The man should have had to stare off all them niggas in the ring because he's had beef with every last one of them besides CM Punk. He's had history, man. A man is as important as them. But he was kind of just in the corner on the ground laying down, but it's neither here nor there. Man. Which, speaking of Cody, you already know how much we, can't stand Cody over here in the MVP's lounge. Well, Cody Rhodes is one overarching example of poor booking decisions. I mentioned it. AJ Styles. They had something to do there with this feud where they could have actually went the whole way with it. With the I Quit match. That didn't go anywhere. It didn't. Cody has to constantly ask for challengers. The only way he gets some way into the spotlight is when he's feuding with somebody in the bloodline, whether it be Roman, whether it be Solo, whether it be Jacob, it doesn't matter. He has to put himself in the spotlight via a bloodline member. He's not elevating anybody. It's just been a lackluster reign altogether. The only time it's gotten any sort of depth to it was literally 2 weeks ago on Raw with his promo with CM Punk. That's the only time it's gotten any depth to his reign. It took an entire year for you to get anything. This is the stuff we're talking about. It's not good. Cody should have been lost his belt, if we being real. Been lost his belt. Now, could he have gotten it back? Sure, he could have gotten it back, but he should have been lost it. Not everyone needs to have such a long reign. Like, listen, Roman Reigns is a special case. Hulk Hogan, Bob Backlund, these guys, they were special cases, okay? Because they brought something to the business that was different at its time, and not everyone needs to have strong. Cody's not bringing much to the table. If we're speaking of the head of the tables, Cody's not bringing much to the table. He's just not. And your booking with him for the course of this year has been piss poor at best. Now that's all I got to say about Cody Rhodes, because we've said enough about him. Which now leads me into the tag team division. You guys remember that? You guys remember the tag team division? I bet you don't. Okay, because on both Raw and SmackDown, that's also been lackluster. And again, people told us, hey, give it some time. Let Triple H cook. I mean, we've given it. How much time do we need to give it? Do we need to give it more than 2 years for him to finally get this straightened out? Because it's not making it. Listen, for anybody that loves the Street Profits, we know how poorly they've been built. And now they're trying to build them up now. But it's like, are they really going to build them up to go somewhere? Because the track records have shown you've done that many times and it doesn't go anywhere. The last time we saw the tag titles on an actual pay-per-view was last WrestleMania. We just got a tag team title match at the Royal Rumble. And that's just because that man was bored and wanted to fill the card up with something. And the card wasn't filled. It was like 4 matches. But, we want to throw some on there, so they gave us this tag team match. And it's been that, bro, think about that. Over a year's worth. You haven't had the tag team titles on any pay-per-view card. That's crazy work, man. That's insane. That's nuts. That's unserious work there, Triple H. Unserious work. That's what we're gonna call it here. Unserious. You're not serious right now. Which brings us to the next thing. Pentagon. For all of you that know, Penta, it's my guy. Okay, it's my guy. Since Lucha Underground, he's been the homie. Since AEW, he's been the homie. We all know what Penta's potential is. And if you don't know, I recommend you go back and watch Lucha Underground. Just watch all of season 1 and you'll get your gist of Pentagon. Penta has all the potential in the world as a babyface, all the potential in the world as a heel. He has all the tools. Andrade be punching the air, all stupid in the back probably, with what he sees Penta has right now. Don't even get me started on Andrade. Andrade, I'm leaving out of this because I don't even want to like discuss Andrade. This man, Jesus Christ. But yeah, right now Penta, one of his sacred moves, you know, as they like to call the sacrifice, you know, where he snaps the arm back. This was a move that he used in Lucha Underground to actually break folks' arms. Meanwhile, here in WWE, this just becomes some move because dudes would already get up later on and act like nothing into their arm. This is already a strike on Penta's moveset. Speaking of moveset, we're starting to see Penta every single week, which is fine. Some people that probably haven't seen him yet, they're starting to build a rapport with what he does. You know what I'm saying? His entrance and all that, and that's great. But let's not oversaturate Penta. Let's finally get him into something. Okay, he's had his build-up matches with people. Okay, now let's build something with that. Let's go somewhere into a feud. Let's go somewhere into a story. Let's not oversaturate the man's entire moveset and everything on TV already. You've already ruined the one arm move. Let's not ruin everything else. Now that brings me to the final part of this. Triple H. As we know, there are a lot of guys that are on the radar to be signed. Okay. Malachi Black is probably going to be here soon. Ricky Starks, whenever that contract is done with AEW, is going to be here soon. Ray Phoenix, the same. After his whole injury, extra days contract gimmick, when that's done, maybe even Rusev, whenever his thing is done. When these guys eventually show up, we don't want them to show up into a Def Rebel-ridden, poor booking decisions place because they already had to deal with the poor booking part in AEW. Now, to come back, to think they're coming home to some greatness, to just end up in catering or in something stupid, would be very, very unfortunate for them. All we ask of you, Triple H, is for you to get rid of Def Rebel, make better booking decisions, and before you decide to release some folks to their contract, really think long and hard, no Diddy, about, have I used these people right before I cut them? Is there other people that are cut worthy rather than the people I'm about to cut right now? Really think about that decision next time. We here at the MVPs strive for entertainment, good wrestling, and good music. I'm not asking for much. Been a wrestling fan for years. All I want to see is good booking, better music, and before you throw somebody out the club, or out the lounge to be exact, let's see what they've done over the course and what I've done to help them out. With that being said, you all let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share all that fun stuff. And if you haven't already known, we are on the road to 1K. We're close. We're halfway there. A little over halfway. We're on the road to 1K. Let's get there. All right. Leave your thoughts, and we will see you here in the MVP's Lounge. Peace.
USA characters welcome.
You must be sleeping under a rock or something.